So I couldn't even believe this footage. How cool is NESN? All right, so we have footage of Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes on Radio Row during Super Bowl, like way back in the day. Patriots, they were in Super Bowls a lot. Yep. So, of course, we sent NESN there back in the day. So let's start with Travis Kelce. Now, at this point, Kelce had been in the league 3 seasons, kind of establishing himself. They had just started calling him Mini Gronk.
I hate it.
I hate it too. But let's take a look.
I mean, Gronk's a great player. I mean, he's a cool guy off the field, so it is what it is. But at the same time, I'm looking to make my own name in the league, and if I'm mini anything, it's Mini Kelce because of my brother in the league.
Well, there's not really much that's mini about you, but what are you able to learn from Gronk's on the field play? I mean, he is very good. You guys play the same position.
I mean, I take bits and pieces from all the film that I watch, whether it be from Tony Gonzalez's old film in Kansas City to watching Greg Olsen or even Gronk nowadays. It's you kind of, that's how you evolve. You keep going and keep getting better. So you see what works and what doesn't work. Gronk's been a testament of a lot of things that have worked out there on the field, and it's hats off to him for all the success he's had.
Well, your division rival Denver Broncos are playing in this Super Bowl, and now Von Miller earlier in the season actually called you fake Gronk. How do you feel about that?
It was quote-unquote fake Gronk head. So I'm still a little confused by the actual sentence that he put together there, but I feel like I got the gist of it. And if I'm a fake Gronk, that means I got to be a real something. So I guess I'm a real Kelce at the end of the day.
Wow. First of all, Travis Kelce looks exactly the same now.
Exactly.
And I do appreciate he wants to make his own name. I like that about him. He took everything in jest, took everything with a grain of salt, and was like, I'm just trying to make my own name. He certainly has done that. Kasey, I want to ask you about this, though, because I hate the comparison between these two. I think they're two different tight ends. I think Kelce, I would be willing to give him, receiver-wise, is more prolific than Gronk. And I know Gronk made so many great plays, and I get where I am. But right. I still think Kelce, the receiver's better. Where Gronk's better is a better overall tight end because he is an all-time, as in GOAT, blocker of tight ends. And then when you add the receiving ability and him just being a large human from outer space almost, I think Gronk, I give him the edge in the GOAT debate.
A monster, pull it from Space Jam. But I couldn't agree more. I think beforehand you and I were talking about this, hate this comparison in its entirety. I mean, look at the frame of work between these two athletes, build and size and muscle that they're carrying. Like, I agree that Travis Kelce in the wide receiving aspect, especially because of like the small details.
Yes.
He does the small details extraordinarily well, and his ability to show up in those tight spaces. I mean, covering Travis Kelce, I know we haven't seen it as much this season, and that's nothing particularly against him, but that tight space coverage that Travis Kelce has been known to manipulate and not have to rely heavily on his body but skill set, that's what makes Travis Kelce special. You know what I mean? Where Gronk, it's like you're going against this monster of a man, this frame of a man. Like, good luck getting past that wingspan, and he was able to use a lot of body manipulation in favor to his skill set as well. Middle of the field, all these other things. But I think you guys heard me talk about it with George on Boston is Under the Chat last week. I'm a tight end girl. When you can put your hand in the dirt and shake things up, I mean, you're it. You're all the way it. And Gronk can block his life away.
Yes,
I saw him do it not only with the Patriots, but I mean, crucial plays where Gronk was so explosive off the line for Tampa Bay, and he does it injured. I mean, there's certain injuries that Gronk played through that I really don't know if any other tight ends would be able to manage it because of the versatility of the position. So not one and the same, but both of them fantastic.
Well said. All right, Patrick Mahomes, this is Radio Row as well. This is before the Combine. Young buck Patrick Mahomes. Check this out.
I'm really just working on my footwork and just getting my NFL knowledge up in general. And, I mean, that's just going to be the biggest thing for me coming from my system is having NFL knowledge and being able to do the footwork and the drops the way they want them.
So is there more mental preparation that needs to go into this than people might expect?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, the Combine, they just show the TV part of it with the running and all that, but they don't show all the meetings and interviews you go through. And that, so the mental thing is a big part of it.
And being a prospect who's expected to be chosen in either the first, possibly second round, definitely high up, is that nerve-wracking? How do you deal with that?
I mean, not really. I mean, right now all I worry about is just getting myself ready to play at day one. So I go train as hard as I can just to meet learn as much as I can. So whoever drafts me, if it's the first, second round, whatever it is, I'm ready to go and I can compete for a spot.
Do you have any indication as to which teams might be after you, possible landing spots?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I know a lot of teams need quarterbacks, and so I'm just going to train, and hopefully I get picked for the right system, and then I can just go at it in the system that I'm in.
I know you might not admit this, but do you have a preference of somewhere you might want to end up?
No, just whoever will take me, and then I'll learn from there and get in that system and go fight tooth and nail for it.
Yep, still sounds like Kermit the Frog, even then, before he was famous. But I love the humility, and listen, he's got a lot more rings to get, but he is on that GOAT chase, Case.
Oh, yeah. I mean, two key things. Mental, footwork. Who knew he was going to
Yeah.
be dancing around the way he dances around? But looks like the Chiefs ended up being the ultimate fit.
Well, you know as well as I do on Super Bowl Sunday, there's going to be a handful of plays that this guy just takes off. And
Figures out.
for the life of me, I don't understand when we get to the playoffs how these defenses are not prepared for this. Maybe the Eagles will be, but you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Oh, yeah. It's all in the eyes. It's all in the eyes. I'd love to know what his contact lens prescription is.
I know. I know.
Need some
He
help with that
is
one.
special. But I still think the Brady Mahomes stuff is a little premature. Let's see if this guy can three-peat. Tom
Yep.
didn't do it. Let's see if Mahomes can get it done, and then I'm willing to start having some conversations. But right now, you must beat the Eagles first.